Wow. What a great time it is to be a Detroit sports fan. I mean, sure, the Red Wings fell short. We get that. But the Pistons are the 6th seed. They're playing the Knicks. How much better can that be? You've got the Tigers. They are 9-5 after an 0-3 start, meaning that they have gone 9-2. I mean, they are red hot despite all the injuries that are stacking up against them. And of course, you have the Detroit Lions, who went 15-2 last year and were on the road. So which of these teams are you most excited about right now? I understand most of us are probably still the most excited about the Lions, but which team are you most excited about right now? Pistons or Tigers to be able to watch going forward into April, hopefully May and June and things like that, at least for the Pistons, right? It's fun to be able to see them. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. What we're here to talk about today is a couple of pieces of good news on the defensive edge, on the edge position for the Lions. And the first one is with our star defensive end, Aiden Hutchinson. So in this video, we're going to talk about Hutch. We're going to talk about his rehab process. We are going to be talking about a Lions player from last year that we'd love to re-sign that was spotted at the Pistons-Bucks game, depending on when you're watching this, a couple nights ago. And then what we are going to do is we're going to go into a mock draft, and I'm going to do, I love doing this, like as we lead up, I'm going to do a defensive end for every round. And so you can kind of see where the value for defensive end falls. I did it earlier, wide receiver, basically, for every round. I've done running back for every round for other teams on other channels. Anyways, with all that being said, let's talk about this. They asked how his rehab process is going. He'd say, I'm there. I'd say I'm good. What? Like done? He said, I've got my last evaluation test when I got back. I leave today and I go back tomorrow to the rehab. I'm going to finish those evals, and once I knock them out of the park, I'll be on my way and done with rehab. It was a long process, I'll tell you that. So here we are. April. As I'm recording this, April 13, and Hutchinson says he is done with his rehab. We understand that you can finish rehab, but there's still a launching point till you're fully healthy. He has 4 months, almost, an entirety of 4 months to get healthy for training camp. Like that's remarkable. That is truly remarkable that he is back. And when he is in and he is healthy, it completely changes the feel and the look of not only this defensive line, but this defense as a whole. It completely changes everything. It allows you not to blitz as much. It allows you to do different things in coverage. It is different. It is different. But there's more defensive end news that people are excited about. All right? This is interesting. Detroit Lions fans were excited to see that this man, Zadarius Smith, was spotted at a recent Pistons game in Detroit. Again, this was the first of back-to-back games against the Milwaukee Bucks. The Pistons did not win this game. He was with local rap artist or local hip-hop artist Cash Doll. I don't know who that is. I'm going to be honest with you. That's okay. I'm just probably aging myself right there. That's what I'm doing. But he was at the Pistons game. Why is he in town? Now, he is friends with this guy. He went to Ghana, I believe, which was crazy when he was touring and like hanging out with this guy. But is he in town just to hang with his buddy? Or is he in town because he's talking contract with the Detroit Lions and he said, hey, let's catch a Pistons game while I'm here? I would tend to think it's the latter of those two. So let me know what your thought processes are. Again, at the right price, I am all for bringing Zadarius Smith back. He has proven that as a secondary edge rusher, he is a very, very effective in this league. He's consistent. He's reliable. He is not the type of player that you want to rely on as the number one edge rusher. That's not who he is. But as a second or even third option, absolutely. So at the right price, it's a no-doubter. Bring him back. If you can get him back at a $4 or $5 million deal, go for it. Go for it. Put him on a 2-year, $8 million, $9 million. Go for it with a lot of the guarantees in the first year. Give him a 2-year, $10 million deal with $6 million guaranteed. Go for it. Done. All right, $5 million a year. Put 5 of that guaranteed money in the first year, and then you only lose $1 million if you don't have them next year. All right. Now, with that said, there's other ways to get this. All right. I told you I would go defensive edge, or I guess I could call it even defensive interior with every single pick, but we'll stick specifically to the edge position. Now, as you can see in this draft, most of the edges were gone. James Pierce Jr. got drafted, and when you look down here, Michael Williams, Shamar Stewart, Mike Green, everybody went early in this draft. So we are left, Abdul Carter, all right, we are left with Nick Skirton. So if that's who you want, great, that's who we'll draft, and we'll wait till pick 60 to see what's next. All right, Nick Skirton, not a bad pick. Now let's see what we have left at the edge position in round 2. Now here's the deal. Would I end up picking edge every single time with these? No. No, I wouldn't, because I am a proponent, and so is Brad Holmes, of best player available. And at 28, when I continue to do these mock drafts, edge is not the best player available. It's almost always Banks, the left tackle. So, again, here we go. Now, when you go into this, you could have a guy like Kyle Kennard, 10 sacks, 6 hits. When you look at him, he's at 6'5", 254. His arm length is good. He has good understanding of how to win in pass rushing situations. Or you could go, and here, as we look at it, I do want to make sure I'm looking at the age. He's 23. Or you can go Josiah Stewart out of U of M. He has been really a sack artist, if I can be honest, but he might be able to play a little bit of that, Sam. He wasn't asked to do that. He's younger. So I'm gonna go with Josiah Stewart on this one in the second round. All right. So when you're starting to look in the third round, there are still edge rushers available. They are still there. The question is, what are you willing to go for, and what do you want to look at with it? So this is when you start saying, all right, this is our pick 38 of the third round. This is the compensatory pick that we've gotten for Aaron Glenn leaving. So you got Kamon Rucker. This is when you start going into, okay, what are their skill sets? All right. This is a guy who fits more what we look at. He can do multiple things. He's an edge rusher. He also can set leverage for a run game. All right. If you go here to UCLA, we've got, I'm not going here with the small twitchy guy. What you're looking for, though, is guys that fit more what you want. Savion Jones is ranked back, so we're not going to draft him yet. So you go Kamon Rucker out of North Carolina with this one. All right. Let's go into the fourth round. I still think that second round is the best place to do it. All right, Savion Jones is still available. That's kind of what I was hoping for on this. When you look at him, he's 6'6", long, lanky. All right, and this is very interesting. Became a full-time starter in 2023 and had his best year as a senior. His 43 pressures were tied for 8th among all edge defenders in the SEC. Best league. All right, fine. Let him prove it. All right, Savion Jones, we already have a defensive lineman from there. Let's go for it again. Now, round 6, this is when things get interesting. By the way, take a flyer on Kyle McCord if he's still there. Why not? I mean, seriously, why not? He could learn so well behind. He really, really could. All right, when I look at stuff like this, this is when you start looking for guys who are just uber productive. All right, Ethan Downs was productive. Diggs was productive with 8 sacks for Syracuse, even though I don't love the talent level there. Johnny Walker was shockingly productive. And he just doesn't have all the measurables. He can put a little more weight going on. This is a guy, 10 sacks. I'm going with production late in the draft. All right, so this is kind of an idea of where you can sit when you have these late edge rushers. Some of these guys are still available. At this point, it really doesn't matter. So let's get out of the draft. We've gotten players. When we look at who we've picked over here. Nick Skirton is your first round. Josiah Stewart, Kamen Rucker, Savion Jones, Johnny Walker Sr. You tell me which one you think is the best value in which round. The board actually didn't really fall my way for edge. The only pick that I really enjoy was Josiah Stewart, and I would have been happy with him or Kennard. Nick Skirton, I would have picked different. Rucker, wouldn't have picked him at that spot. There was a couple wide receivers that were available that I would have gone for over him, or a couple of interior offensive linemen that I would have gone for over him. Savion Jones, I think that's pretty good value in the 4th round. So anyways, with all that being said, there are a lot of ways to attack the edge. I think maybe there's a re-sign of Zadarius Smith. I think there's 1 or 2 drafts picks that are edge, and then we go from there. All right, hey, thanks for watching. The draft is ramping up. I don't think we realize how close it is. All right, see you on the next one.